Hey yogis, I'm Crystal and this is Yoga for Faith number 5. If you're new to yoga, welcome. Yoga is a journey. So as we progress through our class and we move through our different poses or asanas, I will show different options so you can adapt or modify for whatever feels right for your personal practice today. If at any time you just feel like you need a break, absolutely drop back into child's pose, grab some water, and then rejoin me whenever it feels right for you. Yoga for Faith always starts with a daily or a weekly devotion, and then we're just going to really focus on connecting our breath with our body, God, and the universe. We'll progress through a series of poses as we move through the class, and once again, just taking the option that is right for your personal practice today. So grab something comfortable to wear, put on your favorite playlist, and let's go ahead and get started. So today, guys, we're going to start in Sukhasana, or our easy seated position. So just crossing our legs, lifting our chest so our spine is long and strong. Breathe in through your nostrils. Breathe out of your mouth. Each breath in fills and expands your chest. And each breath out completely releases any tension, any stress you might be holding on to. And just continuing to feel that beautiful breath enter your body and then completely release. Starting with our devotional today. Trust me enough to spend ample time with me, pushing back the demands of the day. Refuse to feel guilty about something that is so pleasing to me, the King of the universe. Because I am omnipotent, I am able to spend time and events in your favor. You will find that you can accomplish more in less time after you have given yourself to me in rich communion. Also, as you align yourself with my perspective, you can sort out what is important and what is not. Don't fall into the trap of being constantly on the go. Many, many things people do in my name have no value in my kingdom. To avoid doing meaningless works, stay in continual communication with me. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Luke 10:41-42, Psalm 32:8. And just continuing to breathe in to lift through the crown of our head. And then breathe out to completely relax through your shoulders, just melting away any anxiety. And let's take a couple of more breaths here. One more big breath in. One more full release. And then gently opening our eyes, and we're going to find our way to our tabletop position. Just bringing our knees under our hips and our wrists under our shoulders. Spreading our fingers really wide, and then just bracing our belly and pulling our belly button towards our spine. Breathing in to lengthen and just pulling in the crown of our head forward. And breathing out to push our palms a little deeper into our mat and just feeling that energy radiate from the ground up. And our next in-breath, we're going to peel our right arm away from the ground, reaching for the sky. And our out-breath, we're going to thread our right arm underneath our left, collapsing into our thread the needle, and just bringing our right ear all the way to the earth. And let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Just breathing in to fill and expand. And as you breathe out, allow your bottom shoulder to just soften a little deeper towards your mat. And let's take one more breath here. And then gently release and finding our way back to our tabletop position. Just breathing in to settle our breath in our body. Breathing out to maybe move our hips side to side. Just feeling that nice free movement through our hips, through our legs. And then coming back to the center, and let's find that thread the needle on our other side. So breathe in and lift your left arm to the sky, and breathe out to thread your left hand under your right arm and just surrender down through every ounce of your body. Breathing in to fill, breathing out to melt down a little deeper. And just taking one more beautiful breath here. Just feeling our breath warm and energized through our lungs. And then returning to our tabletop position. And let's just take one breath here. Breathing in to maybe pull the hips back as you pull the crown of the head forward. And as we breathe out, tucking our toes, lifting our sit bones up and back, and finding our way to our downward facing dog. We can absolutely just stay still in our dog, or we can use our next breath to start to pedal our feet, walking our dog out. Continuing to breathe in through our nose and letting go of any self-doubt, any criticism we might be holding on to through our lips. And let's take one more breath, just bringing our heels a little closer to the earth, pulling our armpits closer to our mat, and then sinking both heels back towards the floor, finding our down dog. And then as we take our next breath in, eyes look forward, bend your knees, and we're just going to step forward into our forward fold, bringing our feet about hips distance apart and allowing our chest to just melt down towards our thighs here. Breathing in to fill and breathing out to maybe just let go a little deeper, release a little more. Beautiful. And we're going to take one more beautiful breath here, just releasing through our lower back before we start to move and bring some really nice energy into our body. So as you take your next breath in, lift from the ground, reaching for the ceiling for our extended mountain. Breathing out, diving forward into our fold. In breath, right foot steps us back into a lunge. Out breath, left foot brings us to downward facing dog. Breathe in, roll forward, pushing out of all 10 toes. You can stay high or low, but out breath lowers us to chaturanga. In breath, push and lift to low or high cobra or up dog. Out breath, meet me, downward facing dog. Breathe in, our right leg lifts to the sky for three-legged dog. Breathe out and bring your right heel towards your left shoulder, opening your right hip joint. Breathe in, right foot steps through the hands, finding our lunge. Breathe out, left foot steps us in to our fold. Stay here for an extra breath. Breathe in to fill. Breathe out to surrender. Breathe in and push through the ground as you lift for the ceiling, driving your hips forward. Breathe out and dive forward. In breath, left leg this time steps us into the lunge. Stay low in the hips. Out breath, right foot steps us to down dog, heels to the earth. Breathe in, roll forward, trying to bring our chest forward to the hands. Breathe out, slowly lower. Feel the strength of your core. Breathe in, push and lift. Find the option that's right for you. Breathe out. Meet me. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Left leg lifts high to the sky. And the out breath brings our left heel towards our right shoulder. And then as we breathe in, left foot steps through. Feel the power of your legs. Out breath steps us into our fold. Stay here for an extra breath. Breathing in to expand. Breathing out to let go. Push into the feet. Feel the strength of the body as you rise to the top. Squeeze the glutes. Out breath dives us forward. We're starting to wake up. Breathe in and the right leg steps us back. Squeeze the thighs for more sensation. Out breath, step to downward facing dog. Wind it up. In breath rolls us forward like a river through our spine. Out breath lowers us. Elbows hug our body. In breath, push and rise. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Out breath, meet me. Downward facing dog. In breath, right leg lifts to three-legged. Out breath, heel to the opposite shoulder. Feel the energy of your hip. Breathe in and step through. Lean forward for more length. Out breath, back leg steps us in. And we collapse to our fold. Extra breath here. Fill it up. Let it go. Last time through this. In breath lifts us to the top. Reach a little further through the fingers. Drive the hips a little more forward. Out breath. Can you soften down through every ounce of the body? In breath, left leg steps us back to our lunge. Out breath, meet me. Downward facing dog. Armpits to the earth. Breathe in and roll forward. Feel that roll through your spine. Out breath, how slow can you lower? Feel the strength of your body. In breath, lift like you're exploding through the ground. Out breath, meet me. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and feel your left leg float to the sky. Out breath, heel, opposite shoulder. Lift the knee a little higher. In breath, step your left leg through. Feel the squeeze of the legs. Out breath, step in, and you earned it. Meet me in your fold, and we're going to hang here. Just allowing the body to recover. Maybe lifting our sit bones a little higher. And if it feels right, we can absolutely turn this into gorilla by sliding our hands under our feet, softening down a little deeper through our chest, allowing each breath to maybe take us further or maybe not. Maybe we just chill, but allowing the breath to settle and feeling this delicious sensation through the back of our legs. One more breath here. And if you're in gorilla, we're going to slide the hands out, finding support through our fingertips. And then together, guys, we're all going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. And we're going to meet in our mountain or Tadasana pose, hips under the ribs. And if you need water, now's the time. And if not, we're going to find our way to warrior two. So bringing our right ankle directly under our knee and our left foot spins outwards. So it's facing a different direction here. Heels are parallel, chest is square, and we're just going to lift through the arms and sink through our legs. So just feeling this really nice sensation and warmth through our legs by squeezing our thighs and our abs. Each in-breath lifts the crown of our head. Each out-breath presses our feet just a little deeper into the earth. One more breath here. And our legs are going to stay exactly where they are. And we're going to reach back as we breathe in, pushing our ribs to our hips and opening through our side body to create more space. We can absolutely just chill, or we can breathe in to revolve our top shoulder. And then use each out breath to reach further through these top fingertips. And let's take one more beautiful breath here. And together we're going to windmill our arms back to a T. And then we're just going to turn our right toes in and our left toes out. And we're going to find warrior two on our other side. So finding our ankle knee alignment, opening through our hips, and really pressing into the outside edge of our back foot. So we're creating more power and energy through this back leg. Allowing our shoulders to soften as we breathe and fill our lungs. So our legs are going to stay exactly where they are, pushing our heels into the earth, but our in-breath reaches your arm back, feeling this beautiful space and then taking it just a little further. Or not. And just seeing if maybe we can let go of a little more tension in this bottom shoulder. One more breath here. And we're gently going to bring our hands back to a T. And from here, we're going to turn our left toes in, straightening both legs, finding our standing star. And then breathe in. Hands to your hips. Breathe out. Push into the heels and dive your chest forward. So our back is nice and flat, parallel to the ground here. Breathe in to pull through your crown of your head. Breathe out to collapse your chest all the way down, finding support now in our fingertips. And just allowing each in-breath to continue to fill and expand the ribs, and each out-breath to maybe soften down a little deeper as you lift the sit bones a little higher. And feel the delicious sensation that creates with that beautiful contrast of those two movements. Because we're filling on the breath in, and the breath out presses the feet into the earth to create sensation in the lower body as we're releasing through our upper body. If we want to take this a step further, we can turn our hands around here, and now we can walk the hands through the legs and just allow the chest to melt down a little closer to the earth, almost like we're reaching for the back of the room. And just exploring how far we can walk the hands, how far we can take our eyes. One more breath. And if you walked it out, we're going to bring those hands back, and we're going to bring the wrists under the shoulders here, allowing the back to become flat, breathing in to lengthen through the crown of our head, breathing out to press our heels deeper into the earth. And our next breath is going to fold the right leg under our left, and we're going to come all the way to the ground, guys. So finding our way to the earth, we're actually going to bring the right leg on top now, and we're going to find either our seated lotus or our fire log or modified lotus pose. So full lotus, your feet would come to the hip crease, or you can hang out with me in the modified version or fire log. So just bringing our foot either to the floor, shin, or knee, trying to get our hips to settle into the ground, and then just breathing in to lift our eyes to the heavens, and breathing out to maybe push our hips deeper into the earth, feeling that delicious connection. Taking one more big breath in here. One more big breath out. And we're going to breathe in and extend our right arm across the body so the back of the right hand pushes against the left knee, and breathe out to rotate. Each consecutive in-breath lifts the crown of our head. Each out-breath turns you just a little further. One more breath here. And we're gently going to let it go, and we're going to find it on the other side. So unfolding our legs, bringing our left leg on top and the right leg underneath, and what was right on one side, might be completely different on this side, and that's perfectly fine. Breathing in to lift, breathing out to anchor down. And just like exploring here, as you breathe in, can maybe you open the collarbone a little wider? Can you maybe fill the lungs a little more? And then breathing out to just completely let go. Any judgment, any need to control or analyze. And let's take one more beautiful breath here. Lifting just a little higher. Securing the hips just a little deeper. And our next in-breath is going to extend now the left arm across to the outside of your right knee. And then we're going to breathe out to rotate. And just feeling this delicious energy. Each in-breath lifts and fills. Each out-breath warms our thoracic spine just a little deeper. One more breath here. And we're gently going to let go. And we're going to turn to the side, guys. And we're just going to windshield wiper our legs from one side to the next. Just giving our hips and our back a beautiful release. And then from here, we're going to bring our legs straight out, pulling the flesh away from our sit bones, and then gently rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae so that our back melts into the floor. We're going to breathe in, pulling our right knee in, hugging our right leg, and breathe out to extend our right leg up to the sky. Bringing our hands behind our calf or our hamstring, just nod our knee. And we're going to use each in-breath to now bring our knee close to our chest. And each out-breath, just let go of that tension running through the back of the body. Just feeling this delicious stretch through our calf, through our hamstring. And let's take one more breath here. And our next in-breath brings our right hand to secure our right hip and our left hand to the outside of our right calf. And we're just gently going to come across our midline, finding our abductor stretch. And this is a small movement, but it is a very powerful stretch. So just pushing out of our heel, keeping both hips secured to the ground, and just exploring how much sensation we can create all the way down the back of the leg into the side of the hip here. One more breath. And then we're gently going to bring our leg back to the center. And now we're going to fold it down and just allow it to collapse or float all the way to the ground. Our next in-breath is now going to pull the left leg in. And our exhale is going to push and extend the left heel to the sky, finding where it feels right to hold on to, softening our elbows and our shoulders, and then gently using each in-breath to bring our knee closer to our face, and each out-breath to let go. And as we breathe and take our leg a little further here, just keeping our tailbone glued to the ground and feeling the difference that makes through our entire being and that beautiful just sensation here. One more breath. And our next in-breath is going to now bring the left hand to the left hip and the right hand outside of the left calf. And we're gently going to come across the body, but trying to keep both hips grounded into our mat. And adjusting for what feels right here, because what was right on one side might be completely different on our other leg. push out of our heel and just surrendering to this moment. One more breath. And then gently release. And we're going to actually bring both feet to the ground, bending our knees so our feet lay nice and flat. We have a good connection of our feet to the floor. From here, we're going to bring our palms towards the sky, and we're going to use our next in-breath to lift our hips high into our bridge, breathing out and squeezing our glutes tight as we push both feet a little further into our mat. And just feeling this really nice strength and accentuation through our spine. And let's take one more big in-breath, filling through our entire upper body. And one more big out-breath to squeeze just a little deeper through our booty. And then completely letting go and allowing our back to softly return to our mat. Pulling our knees in so they're over our hips, and then extending our legs all the way to the sky for our waterfall. Allowing our shoulders to melt down and our upper back to completely melt into the floor. Breathing in through your nostrils, breathing out of your mouth. Allowing your in-breath to be about 4 seconds long. And then as we breathe out, making our out-breath even longer than our in-breath and just very heavy. Like our victorious breath. And when it feels right, allowing our legs to float down to the earth. And just finding our way to our savasana or our corpse pose. Allowing our eyelids to soften on our next in-breath and close on our out-breath. Letting go of everything going on outside of this moment. And just bringing all of your attention and focus back inside of yourself. Understanding that the world we live in is very fast-paced. It puts us in a survival mode where we're always on the go, always chasing after that next thing. It is in this moment that we give ourselves the gift of just slowing down and doing absolutely nothing. Breathing in through your nose to fill and breathing out of your mouth to maybe melt down just a little deeper into your mat. Continuing to make each in-breath about 4 seconds in length. Finding a gentle pause at the top, separating our breaths. Making our out-breath even longer than our in-breath. And embracing a moment of stillness at the bottom before our next breath begins. And just taking a couple of more moments here in stillness. And I will call you back when it is time. And finally, we are going to start to bring some slow movement back into our bodies. So wiggling our fingers and our toes. And then making small circles with our wrists and our ankles. And then gently repeating in the opposite direction. And then using our next breath in to just pull our knees into our chest, and then breathing out to pull ourselves up and find our way back to our seated position, keeping our eyes closed. And together we are going to take one final breath today. So taking a deep breath in, lifting your arms and bringing your palms together at the top. And then breathe out, lower your hands to the center of your heart, opening our eyes and coming back into our day. Going into our week with the intention that sometimes slowing down is necessary so that we can align ourselves with what God wants for our life and understand what is important and also what is not. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Namaste. Once again, this was Yoga for Faith number 5. Thank you so much for coming. I am Crystal. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified every time that I release another yoga or workout or education information, so you have access to all that fitness deliciousness. And until I see you again, guys, have a fantastic, have a healthy, have a active and slowed down day. I'm